But the beauty of the sun, there is none, my dear, without you here beside me. There is music.
In 2017, I had the great opportunity finally to go to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And I was very lucky because I opened the new Blue Note Club there and also played on one of the biggest shows in Brazil, Encontro, called Fatima Bernardes. And this was such a great honor for me. And as I said, I had dreamed as a teenager of going to Brazil and playing with some of the musicians and being there amongst all that wonderful music. And so I was really so excited to finally be in Brazil. And it was exactly how I imagined it to be, dreaming as a teenager. I stayed on Ipanema Beach. I was at Velosso's bar where Jobim and Vinicius wrote The Girl from Ipanema. I saw Corcovado, the mountain, with my own eyes. I closed my eyes and I listened to all the beautiful birds that Jobim had been talking about in his songs. And, you know, I really felt immersed in the culture.
There is laughter in my dreams at night, in my memories where we unite. Peace and laughter, it was seen.
I met Jacques Morelenbaum for the first time at the opening of the Blue Note while I was there in 2017 in Rio de Janeiro. And of course, I knew about the legend of Jacques Morelenbaum. And of course, he is a great artist. I had listened to many albums with Jobim. And also I love his work with Ryuichi Sakamoto and Paula Morelenbaum. I'm a huge, huge fan of Jacques Morelenbaum. And so it was a great honor to finally meet him at the Blue Note. And he suggested we come to his beautiful house and have a meeting. And we discussed doing an album project at some point, but it didn't eventuate initially. I came up with the idea of recording remotely, and I thought maybe what would be nice would be to do a Brazilian project. And I thought back to my time in Brazil in 2017 and just thought, why don't I give Jacques and Romero a call? I suggested we do the beautiful Antonio Carlos Jobim composition, Corcovado, Quite Nice, of Quiet Stars. And we recorded it separately and put it together post. And then we put our little project up onto Facebook, not expecting too much, and we were quite positively surprised to find that we had 1.8 million views and I think over 17,000 shares on Facebook.
Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords from my guitar, floating on the silence that surrounds us.
It was inspiring for me, or I guess for all of us, because we felt so much restricted in the pandemic and during the pandemic times. And knowing that the technology allowed us to move on and to do something, to produce music, it was a relief in some way, especially music that we love. So, and there is like also a romantic side of it, you know, thinking about each one of us in a special place in the planet and making one only music. So it's in some ways inspiring. Yes.
The meaning of existence, oh my love.
We also had a lot of requests for concerts after that video for Umbria Jazz Winter Festival, and also concert dates in Portugal and Germany. So we thought we were onto a good thing.
and I, we two, alone here in this terrace by the sea. The sun is going down, and in your eyes I see the changing colors of the sea. It's time for you to go, the day is done, and shadows stretch their arms to bring the night. The sun falls in the sea, and down below a window light we see, just you and me.
I suggested that we do a full album and also that we add some extra musicians. And so we added the bassist Geoff Gascoyne, who of course has worked with Michel Legrand and Jamie Cullum, and also the legend Peter Erskine, who was the drummer in Weather Report. He's just amazing, incredible. The wonderful Brazilian percussion player Rogerio Boccato, and of course a wonderful guest soloist in Bob Sheppard on flute and soprano saxophone.
A story you and I cannot dismiss, that same old simple story of desire, and suddenly that kiss, that kiss.
So I've written 4 songs for the album. It's always very important for me to have several compositions on the album that are my own, just because I love music so much, and I really want to put my own personality into every project that I do and have something of my own out there. So the tunes that I have written are Qua Qua Qua, Mean What You Say, The Voice of Rio, and of course the shared composition with Romero, Without You.
Sarah went to do the project with me. She said, "Do you have some songs? Can you send to me?" And I sent maybe 3 songs or 4 to Sarah, and she liked that one. She said, "Can I write some lyrics?" I said, "Of course, please do it." And became Without You, one of the songs that we recorded. It's a beautiful lyrics, and I think it's a beautiful song.
Here beside me.
It's up to the lyricist to actually define what that song means, and Sarah did very well. Without You, you know. So for me, it's a great feeling it's like to actually finish a project, you know. Something was open, now she closed in a very beautiful way.
Through Antonio Carlos Jobim, I also discovered many great Brazilian artists, and I really fell in love with the music through him. Artists like Elis Regina, Astrid Gilberto, João Gilberto, Gal Costa, Sergio Mendes, even classical composer Vila Lobos. I mean, it's impossible not to love this vibrant and rhythmic music of Brazil.
Chega de saudade, a realidade aqui, sem ela não apar.
I had worked with Romero before in New York. He played on my Paris in the Rain album, so of course I love his playing. He's a great master of the guitar.
Every day when I am far away, my thoughts turn home.
Jacques Morelenbaum is a name that I know for many years, because Jacques, we call him lovingly, we call him Jaquinho in Brazil, because a very loving way to say his name. But Jacques Morelenbaum is a name that I always heard because he worked so much with Tom Jobim, for example. He did the arrangement for Tom and played with him more than 10 years. And Caetano Veloso and Gilberto Gil, and he recorded and arranged for everybody in Brazil. So I always saw, and of course he not arranging only, but he plays so beautiful, the cello.
Actually, I want to thank Sarah for giving me the opportunity also to play for the first time together with Romero, who is a brilliant musician that I knew before, that used to play with friends of mine, but we never had the opportunity to play together.
I really wanted to make this album something coming from the tradition of Brazilian music, but bringing something of my own personality to the music, creating something of my own.
Every day when I am far away, my thoughts turn homeward, forever homeward. I traveled around the world in search of happiness, but all the happiness I found was in my home